Today we're going to try and win the MyGM mode on hard difficulty using a full roster of current AEW superstars. And thankfully, one of those superstars has just popped up right now as a GM. So we could choose William Regal and we can be proper, just AEW only. Now, how I am going to do this, because there are some wrestlers in the actual roster that are currently in AEW, but not enough to create a full roster. You can never guarantee that they're always going to be there. So I have downloaded some of the community creations that you can see here. We've got like Adam Cole, Adam Page, Bryan Danielson, Jericho, Rhodes, CM Punk, Kenny Omega. And if you go down even further, I mean, you could even, if you really wanted to, you could put in Omega Luke. Somebody has gone on, his name is Matt Varr, and created Omega Luke in here. It's so similar to my actual ring gear that I have in real life. It is unbelievable. But besides the point, look how good that looks. Incredible. Besides the point, we're going to use all of these AEW superstars in a custom roster. And we're going to try and draft as many as possible and win on hard difficulty. So let's select William Regal. We got the Legend Whisperer himself, so we can pick up a legend, and there are a couple of legends who are currently on the AEW roster too. Now, I think the best thing to go with is SmackDown Birth of Legends, because we give popularity to 6 wrestlers, and the AEW, they don't tend to have a lot of popularity, so we're definitely going to go with that. We're against the AI. Who shall we do? I think Adam Pearce is probably the best general manager on here, so I think that's intelligent enough to go for. We'll go Raw versus SmackDown. Of course, we're going to go on hard difficulty for 15 weeks, custom, and let's select the AEW roster that I have created. I haven't took anybody out, I've just added them all. So it's down to pot luck whether these guys show up in the draft. Okay, so here are the rules of the draft. You probably know them by now. Let's find our first AEW superstar. If there is one quite high up, it doesn't look like there's going to be. We're going to have to scroll quite far down. We're still going down. Oh no, this could be really bad. Keith Lee, there he is. 88 stamina, 56 popularity is the highest that we have on our roster. And they've got the option to go for anybody. Right, that's fine. This is obviously going to be a very tricky challenge. Let's find our second superstar, Jeff Hardy. It's a cruiser. It's Keith Lee and Jeff Hardy. They match up rather well against each other. Maybe we'll have to turn one heel. I mean, that's the thing. We don't really have the option here of matching them up perfectly because we have to be so strict with who we're going to get. The next question is, who is going to be next? Britt Baker there. She's a specialist. 52 popularity. It's not... Why are they going Kyle O'Reilly? That's our guy. That's our guy that we should be going for. Why have they gone for Kyle? All of these people, and they pick Kyle O'Reilly. It's a travesty. Thunder Rosa is the next one. That can be a lovely little rivalry. Thunder Rosa and, of course, Britt Baker, who just had a fantastic cage match in real life against each other on Dynamite. That's something that we can look forward to bringing to this rivalry ourselves. Adam Page, there he is, current AEW champion. Not the highest popularity, no, but we still have to put up with it. That's fine. I don't mind that too much. It's not too low. We can build them over time. That's what we have to do here. We have to build them. But, of course, we don't have a lot of options. Who is going to be next? Who can we pick up next? It's such a shame somebody like Peyton Royce hasn't appeared yet, because she would be perfect. The next guy we're going to pick up is Kenny Omega. One of my favourite wrestlers, of course, you might recognise. My name is very similar. Basically, I had a wrestling podcast, and I named it after him because he was my favourite wrestler at the time. Chris Statlander, I've gone right past. She's a bruiser. She's a good babyface too. I like Chris Statlander. I've got to remember because their names are very different on here. So I need to remember that. Some of the names are just shorter and not as long, and I've gone right past them. Well, I feel like our women's roster is going to be amazing because Ty Conti is there as well. It is 3 baby faces and 1 heel. We might have to change that around because obviously we might not have the option to have an extra heel to go up against. So, who is going to be next? Tyler Bate. Jade Cargill's there. Why is she a babyface? That makes no sense whatsoever. So Jade Cargill is the next, but I've got a feeling that's everybody. It is. Right. This is going to be very tricky. I mean, here's our roster. The good thing is that we have a lot of money, but Kenny Omega, Adam Page, I don't know why the rest of them don't have, like, faces or anything. We're just going to have to put up with it. But we've only managed to get 2 wrestlers who are on the WWE game that are part of the actual AEW roster now. I'm so annoyed they picked up Kyle O'Reilly. I'm honestly devastated. And there is the Raw draft, some incredible wrestlers that they have there with Kyle O'Reilly just staring right at me. That's obviously devastating. Here we have, so we've got a great women's division. Britt Baker, Thunder Rosa, Chris Statlander, Ty Conti, Jade Cargill. We got Kenny Omega, Keith Lee, Jeff Hardy, and Adam Page. Only one heel. I mean, the good thing is we can go through. We've got a lot of money that they have got no money, by the way. 81,000. They might have overshot that. We've got a lot of money that we can look at free agents. And, of course, we've got that free legend. If we have the legend who is in AEW, there's a couple. There's Big Show. There's somebody else there as well. I can't remember who it is. But, I mean, we could even class Bret Hart. I'm not going to, but you could class Bret Hart. He was there. He lifted the title, didn't he? He was there with the title to begin with. We got to select our champion. It's not a lot of people here. Let's just go. Adam Page is currently the champion. We might as well give it to Adam Page. Thunder Rosa's just won it. I'm all for it. Go on, Thunder Rosa. That's going to be a great Britt Baker rivalry that we can have going forward. So the first thing I want to take a look at is free agency. Now, perfectly place CM Punk on a permanent deal is here. That's great. Very cheap as well, considering here's a permanent deal. I've got a feeling his popularity would be a little bit higher than what it is on this game. We can't go for any of these jobbers. They don't count. And none of these wrestlers have wrestled for AEW either. But of course, the legend. Who do we have here? Has any of these guys wrestled? I mean, RIP, Scott Hall, by the way. They haven't. Right, we're going to have to keep checking back every single time. The first few weeks are going to be the hardest. They really are. Do we use the Birth of Legends already to guarantee ourselves? I'm going to wait another week because I think every time we go to free agency, there could be somebody else there. Have your most popular available male, babyface, and heel fight each other this week. We've only got one. We've only got one heel. So, that's going to be Kenny Omega, whose popularity of 46. He will go up against Adam Page. And let's just we've got so much money. We might as well make it an Extreme Rules match. And start that off already as a rivalry. A specialist versus a fighter. That will be our first one. Self-promo. I actually think we change Keith Lee to a bad guy. Yeah. Because then we can face him again. He's got a very good promo too. We can face him against Jeff Hardy going forward. Because right now, we don't have the option of babyfaces and heels. We're going to have to go with Thunder Rosa versus Britt Baker. But if that starts a rivalry, that's our problem. I think we're going to have to do another role change. And it's going to have to be Jade Cargill. Else we're just not going to have enough baby faces and heels. It's not going to be spread out very well in the women's division. So our opening contest then, Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa. And let's make that a title match. We'll do tables, why not? In the mid-card, we're going to have to do a tag team match. The only trouble is we don't have enough. So we can't even do a tag team match. It's going to have to be Jeff Hardy and it's going to have to be CM Punk. Can we do an interference? We don't have enough wrestlers to even do an interference. The worst situation would be is that they get into a rivalry. We really cannot afford that to happen. Really hope it doesn't, with two baby faces fighting off against each other. So we confirm the booking. That's our card for this first week. Let's cross our fingers and our toes. We know it's going to be bad to begin with. That's the thing. Until we get our full roster, it's going to be awful. But the lead to WrestleMania is what is going to be more important. Kyle O'Reilly there again, in a perfect match as well. Let's simulate their show and see how it did. I know ours is going to be bad. I just know it. Well, the first match, the opener, was a 3-star. We beat them. A 3.5 star in Extreme Rules main event. Amazing. We've got to be happy with that. Obviously, the mid-card match was terrible because it was face versus face. We had a role change, which obviously seemed to go down quite well too. We gained 71,000 fans. It's huge. We've got a good profit too. Oh, maybe I'm amazing at this. We get a Veto Star. We'll definitely use that for a pay-per-view. Could even save that for WrestleMania. How many fans did they get? 75. So we're on course already. We're absolutely fine. Yes, they're slightly ahead of us, but it's not by too much. Only by 4,000 fans. In the free agents, we have 2 wrestlers here. One, this is Chris Jericho, I believe. So we have signed Chris Jericho. And we have the legend, that is Sting. 4 out of 5 on promos. The only trouble is, again, they're both faces. Legends. Do we have any legends here? I don't think we do. Damn it. I don't think, no, not one of them. So our second week show, we start off with Keith Lee and Jeff Hardy. Now that Keith Lee is a heel, we have a giant versus a cruiser. We can hopefully get a nice little rivalry started there. Call out, we have Kenny Omega calling out Adam Page. So that should be good for their little rivalry. Now we had to get the least popular superstar on the card. We'll take a look at that in the main event. But we have a mid-card tag team match where all 4 wrestlers are baby faces. I mean, they do match up quite well against each other. Adam Page and Sting versus Chris Jericho and CM Punk. We got Chris Statlander on the mic doing a self-promo. And the main event, Ty Conti, because she is the lowest popular wrestler that we have, doing a match against Britt Baker with Thunder Rosa running in. The reason for that is if we take a look at that, we get another Veto champ going forward. So we can use that for future reference to help us out in these massive events that we have pay-per-views. So let's confirm that booking and simulate this show. Keith Lee versus Jeff Hardy. This is arguably going to be our best match. It should be anyway. Jeff Hardy is the winner. It's a good match. Fantastic. Right, the promo. It's an excellent promo. Get in. We're at level 2 already for that rivalry. We could get that to level 4 by the time it gets to the first pay-per-view at Backlash. Sting, Adam Page, Punk, Jericho. How are we looking? Punk and Jericho win. It's a 1-star. It's a dull match. Oh, new rivalry as well. But we don't want that at all. We really don't want that. Chris Statlander. Excellent promo by her. +4 popularity. Fantastic. Now we have Ty Conti and Britt Baker with a run-in by Thunder Rosa. And that ends with Ty Conti as the winner. A disappointing main event. Ugh. It's frightening, right? Look at their event. Like, oh, they got a self-promo with the jobber. Kyle O'Reilly's in a mid-card match. If you were here, Kyle, we'd have you in the main event, that's for sure. It's a terrible showing from us, a very good showing from Raw. We gained 69,000 fans. We get the Veto champ, though. That's the main important thing, I guess. 90,000 for Raw. The lead is already happened. Dexter Lumis is the champion. We got Adam Page, though. That's the main thing. You don't have Adam Page. We have him. It's cowboy shit time. Now we finally have our AEW legend, Ric Flair. Yes, of course, he was pairing up quite often with Andrade El Idolo. Now, if we use our power card here, the Legend Whisperer, there's 2 that we could have got, Big Show and Ric Flair. Ric Flair has appeared first, so I'm more than happy to get him in the door. We go to sign our legend, we bring in Ric Flair. Sign this talent, yes. A specialist, 5 out of 5 promo, and thank God, because it's another heel that we can add to our roster. Now, I've got to make some decisions here, because Jeff Hardy, unfortunately, is now in a rivalry with CM Punk, and I can't do anything about it unless I release CM Punk, which I'm going to do so that he is free. It also started off, obviously, the tag team rivalry, so we're making cuts to our roster already, and obviously now we cannot get him in here. I also made the mistake of downloading Tommy End and not, obviously, Malachi Black, who would have been the AEW version. Tommy End is more of the independent wrestler. Big mistake on my behalf. So instead, we've got Keith Lee calling out Jeff Hardy, and we'll see if that starts a new rivalry. It should do. So the card looks like this. We're starting off Kenny Omega and Adam Page. 1-on-1, their rivalry is already a level 2 out of 4. Ideally, we can get that to 4 out of 4 for the first pay-per-view in a couple of weeks' time. We got Chris Jericho self-promo. It does say failed Commissioner Go. They want Jay Cargo to cut a promo. We can't afford to do that. We're going to have to put a tag match in there. Jay Cargo's going to have to be a part of it. Now, stamina-wise, We are risking something here, but I'm okay with it. Jeff Hardy is being called out by Keith Lee. That keeps that rivalry going, or starting the new rivalry, sorry. And it gives Jeff Hardy a bit of a rest. But our main event, that's a throwback. Ric Flair versus Sting. Oh yes, that is 80s if I've ever seen it. So let's simulate this opener. Kenny Omega versus Adam Page. We've got the winner. Kenny Omega, he's got one up. It's a level 3 rivalry already. Self promo, Chris Jericho's a 5 out of 5. It's a good promo. +3, mid-card match. Here we go. Britt Baker, Jade Cargill. Can they defeat Ty Conti? No. Yes, they can. No, they can't, sorry. It's a great match. Seriously? It's a new rivalry too, a level 1. Wow. I did not see that becoming a great match. Fair enough. Jeff Hardy being called out, an excellent promo rating. It's a new rivalry. Fantastic. Now, this is one for the ages. This should just be given a 5-star match because of the rivalry these two had. Ric Flair wins. It's a good match and it's a new rivalry. Get in there. Well, look at the tripe that they're putting on Monday Night Raw. I know who I would prefer. It's the AEW SmackDown show. Unfortunately, though, the fans did not think that. They got 2 4-star matches. That's outrageous. Well, that's not. And Trips is going to be so annoyed that our best match was the middle match as well. I can just tell the conversation we're going to have. You're correct, Triple H. I do not like that. Chris Statlander, Keith Lee, and Jeff Hardy cannot take part in your show next week. Sorry about that. Look, you need to take better care of your superstars. I understand sometimes you need to be in a big match, but make sure to plan around that. So we've got an injury as well, have we? Giving you a Hellspower power card. Brilliant. It's too late for Britt Baker. Britt Baker has an injury. That's a shame. Special promotion. Okay, ensures that you'll retain most of your fans this week. Good. Ensure that Sting fights. We can definitely do that. Thankfully, we can add another heel to our roster. Bryan Danielson with a very high popularity, must I say, as well. 55. We are signing him. That's fantastic. Now, do we have Big Show? Because we have the money to sign Big Show, should we really need him? I don't think he's here. That's a shame. I mean, technically, Jake the Snake was on AEW for a long time. I'm counting it. Jake the Snake, he's been on AEW more recent than what he was on WWE. He's a fantastic wrestler. He's a fighter. Great promo too. We have signed Jake the Snake. We are also now going to use our Birth of Legends. I think it's time to use this and let's see who manages to pick them up. Ideally, it would be some wrestlers that are in rivalries. That would be great for us to start off with. Ric Flair gets one. That's very good. Ric Flair, Jade Cargill, Keith Lee, Jake the Snake, Britt Baker, Adam Page. Perfect. Couldn't pick 6 more better wrestlers to suit that if I tried myself. So, the card looks like this. In the opener, Jake the Snake versus Sting, but Ric Flair does the run-in. Now, our commissioner goal was to get Sting to have a match. That's nice and easy. Our self-promo is Bryan Danielson. He is going to have a promo talk about himself. In the mid-card match, we've got Jade Cargill versus Thunder Rosa. It's a very good match as well. We might have to actually make that the main event. We could do. I mean, popularity-wise, maybe not so much. To be fair, they're more popular than Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho, which is something I thought I would never hear. So the mid-card match is Chris Jericho versus Kenny Omega, but right after, Adam Page calls out Kenny Omega in a promo to try and up that rivalry as we go in to TLC, or Backlash, I think it actually is. So that is perfect. And then obviously the main event, Jade Cargill, Thunder Rosa. Right, let's simulate this match then. Jake the Snake versus Sting. We have Jake the Snake as the winner. A good match. That's great. Starting off the match. We're starting off the event good. Oh, yes. +4. Bryan Danielson. Excellent promo. Chris versus Kenny. I mean, it highlighted the Tokyo Dome one year, and now it's just a mid-card match on SmackDown, but AEW version of SmackDown. Call out Adam Page calling out Kenny Omega. It's a weak promo, but it does take it to level 4, which is good because then we have the payoff at a pay-per-view. Jade Cargill versus Thunder Rosa. Let's see. Let's make that better than the mid-card match if we can. Jade Cargill wins. It's an okay match. It's a new rivalry as well, Conti versus Cargill, which I'm okay with because they are suited to fight each other. Let's simulate the Raw show. We can see how they have done here. A 4.5 main event. Brock Lesnar versus Dexter Lumis in an Extreme Rules match. Well, well, well. I should have used the veto thing, then they won't be able to use them for the Backlash event. But I don't think we have to worry about that too much. 69, we've gained 69, that special promotion. That's a good one that we can use going forward. We've got a lot of cards now to use, to be fair. They've gained 81, so they are gaining more and more every time. This is becoming very difficult, and they are starting to they're starting to create a big gap now in between the fans. That's how this is won. Thank God that I check the free agents every single time, because if we have Isaiah Swerve Scott, who has just signed for AEW quite recently, he's very talented. A cruiser again. Jeff Hardy possibly can team up with him. That would be fantastic. I'll be up for seeing that. So our first match is Keith Lee versus Jeff Hardy. Giant versus Cruiserweight. We only have a level 1 here, but a tables match nonetheless. Self promo by Jake the Snake. That should be good. Ty Conti versus Jay Cargill, but with a run-in by Thunder Rosa to make sure she is used quite a lot. Chris Statlander doing a charity promo. She's quite good at promos. Mid-card match. You can't tell me this wouldn't be an amazing match. Ric Flair, Bryan Danielson, Chris Jericho, and Sting. Yes, that's great. My only worry is they'll start a rivalry. I don't really want that to happen. Self-promo by our new wrestler, Isaiah Swerve Scott. And then in the main event, Adam Page versus Kenny Omega. It's a level 4 rivalry. This should be the payoff. And it is the title match in a TLC. So let's see how this plays out. Keith Lee versus Jeff Hardy. Let's put on a banger, shall we please, lads? Jeff Hardy with the win. It's a great match. Fantastic. That carries on. We can run that all the way through to TLC itself. Jake the Snake. Good promo. Didn't expect nothing less. Ty Conti versus Jay Cargill with a Thunder Rosa run-in. We have Ty Conti with the win there. An okay match. New rivalry. Rosa versus Cargill. Okay, I didn't see that coming. Chris Statlander doing a charity event. Okay, brings 5,000 people. That's fine. Bryan Danielson, Ric Flair, Chris, Jericho, and Sting. Sting and Jericho win. It did do the new rivalry. I'm not that happy about it. It's a great match, though. That's good. Swerve Scott, good promo. Gets him a little bit of extra popularity. Now, this is the main event. We might have to rest Kenny Omega for a while after it, though, because he's already at 31 for stamina. He wins it. He's the new champion as well. It's a classic. Oh, rivalry complete. Fantastic. That is amazing. What are they going with? So their main event, if only we remembered to do the veto thing. They got weird mid-card match, though, that I'm hoping we should benefit from. Did we do better? We didn't. Oh, my God. I mean, our main event and our mid-card is better. Yeah, I think we win that. I think we win that because their 1.5 is terrible. Which is the Jobber versus one of the worst Whacking Wild, which is one of the worst popularity wrestlers on there. It might even be the lowest. We gained 224,000. That's good. I really hope we win this. Pre-match physio, that's decent. Let's move on and see how this plays out for them. 184, we slapped them. Get in, we absolutely slapped them. And they do not have a lot of money left. We have loads. We have so much money. So we got a few contracts that are running out now. So Chris Jericho, 87,000. We're happy with that. We got money to spend. We don't really mind doing this. Sting, exactly the same. We need to make sure we keep Sting, 76,000. And I don't want to disappoint them, especially to legends like Sting. I've had enough crap. Working on SmackDown has been a complete joke. Brit, why? What have we done wrong? The only way you can convince me to stay is with a 100k bonus. Britt Baker about to walk out. We're gonna have to give it to her for the simple reason we don't have a lot of bad guys who are on the female roster. That's fine. Thanks for your match against Ty Conti. You're welcome. That didn't go the way it should, but I appreciate the opportunity. Okay, so there's a few things that we need to make sure we do in the next couple of weeks. Kenny Omega, for some reason, wants to tag with Jake the Snake. We need to do that. So our event for the SmackDown after Backlash looks like this. Ric Flair is taking on Sting. They have a 1 out of 4 rivalry. We're going to try and get that to a 4-star rivalry by the time we get to TLC. Chris Jericho's going to do a self-promo. He's very good on the mic. 5 out of 5. We got Adam Page versus Bryan Danielson. I'm kind of hoping that starts a new rivalry. That'll be quite good for those two to go into. Although Danielson does have a rivalry in tag matches, we just kind of ignore it, shall we? Thunder Rosa calls out Jade Cargill mainly because of stamina reasons. And our main event is Jeff Hardy versus Keith Lee. Level 2 right now, Extreme Rules. Now, the Commissioner Go will schedule a run-in on your most popular available star this week. I think that, I don't actually know who that is. However, it might be Ric Flair. It could be Ric Flair, you know. But do we do a run-in with Ric Flair? We don't really have anybody do it, so I'm going to ignore it. We don't really need the injury rehab anyway. And if we look at our power cards, we could do something like Vito Star, something going forward. I think we keep them for a little bit longer, to be honest. We can actually use this because this match might, this event might stink because we're not using Kenny. So we're going to use this. Special promotion applied. We're going to try and keep and retain as many fans as possible, or all of them, for this event. We're also rocking the Thunderdome because it brings you in a shitload of money. So let's do this, confirm our booking, and see how this show plays out. Ric Flair versus Sting. The winner. Woo! Ric Flair in a great match. The rivalry is growing as well. That's got classic written all over it for that TLC event. Chris Jericho doing a promo. It's always good. +6 popularity. He is steaming it with the popularity. Bryan Danielson, he needed a match. His stamina is too high. Adam Page is the winner. He might have just lost the belt, but he's still putting on good matches and brand new rivalries. Fantastic. Thunder Rosa calls out Jade Cargill. Excellent. That's amazing. Thunder Rosa has a really high promo for some reason, so that's good. And Jeff Hardy versus Keith Lee in an Extreme Rules match. Keith Lee is the winner. It's a good match. The rivalry continues to grow. And on the Raw end, we can see the event that they are playing out right here. That's a very strange tag match. We win though. Good. Right, we're back. We're coming back hard and fast. Raw, we gained 90,000 fans there. Obviously, we retained fan rate of 0.99, so we almost retained every single fan there and gained some more, and we're gaining more money. They only gained 42,000. We have got to start. We've overtook them. We've overtook them already. Get him. We didn't even have Kenny Omega. You are screwed. We are winning this. That's good. Bryan Danielson wants a rematch, so that's fantastic. You can keep that rivalry going. And we take that on through to, obviously, TLC. So, week number 7, our opener is Kenny Omega and Jake the Snake, because remember, they wanted to wrestle in a tag team. Now, Kenny does have only 24 for stamina, but we've given the pre-physio card to make sure it stops him from getting injured or whatever. We did make that a tables match. We don't really need to. I think we'll keep it, actually. We keep it as a tables match just in case. The call-out, Keith Lee, Jeff Hardy. We'll keep just doing call-outs, I guess, until we get to level 4, and then we have the payoff at the next event, which is in 3 weeks' time. Chris Statlander versus Jade Cargill. This is a run-in for Thunder Rosa. And I think we do a run-in... No, an Extreme Rules match, sorry, meets the Commissioner Goal. So Cargill and Thunder Rosa obviously are beefing right now. That's the match for that. Self-promo, Chris Jericho. He's very good at it. We don't have a rivalry for him right now. We need to find one eventually, I guess, for WrestleMania. And Ric Flair versus Sting. The level 2 rivalry. Sting is kind of struggling, though. But I guess we just give him a rest next week. So this first match then. Jake the Snake and Kenny Omega tagging up. Isaiah Swerve's got Adam Page one, which is a bit weird. The tag rivalry gone to level 2 because Danielson had a run-in. That's good. Very smart work. Decent match. Happy with that. Keith Lee, a good promo. Takes it to a level 4. That's fantastic. Chris Statlander versus Jade Cargill with the Thunder Rosa run-in. Jade Cargill does win that. Obviously, probably by DQ, to be fair. Doesn't do anything for the rivalry, though, which does surprise me slightly. An excellent promo, +6. Jericho is so good at that. He's very good at that. Ric Flair versus Sting, and Ric Flair is the winner in this tables match. It's a good match, and the rivalry grows a little bit more. But this is what we have to compete with. Some very dull matches there in the opener, and the mid-card match in the main event does include a jobber and Kyle O'Reilly. So let's hope that we can do better than that. And I think that's harsh on us. How that is a 3.5-star match in the final match there in the main event does shock me. Kenny Omega and Roberts do work well together as a tag team, according to Body Slam Ltd. Okay, 59,000 fans. We gained Health Spa, which we probably going to have to use, maybe, on Kenny Omega. Now that he's got his tag match out of the way, we need to think about what his next plan of action is going to be for the title going forward. It does look like Raw did gain more fans, but we are still in the lead by 40,000 fans. We're doing very well. We're coping quite nicely considering the bad start we had with all the mismatch of different wrestlers. But it is 2 weeks until TLC. Make sure you're matching up superstars who pair well against each other. Bit of a mismatch. Whatever. It was a means to an end. It's fine. Told you, Jake and I hit it off as a team last week. Thanks for pairing us. We're looking forward to our next tag match. Might not happen. We'll see. Jake the Snake wants to wrestle in front of Atlanta. So that's obviously where we are right now. It's obviously his hometown, so we'll make sure we do that. Do not put Sting in a match this week. And we get Superstar Training. Trains one of your emerging talent stars to become a permanent senior superstar. We don't have to worry about that. I think we're going to use 2 cards here. We're going to use the Veto Star, which vetoes their most popular superstar for next week's show, which I think might be TLC. I might be getting that wrong, to be fair, but we are in week 8, and it does make sense that, I suppose it's week 10. We can use Veto Champ for that one, and we're also going to use this for Kenny, I think, because his stamina is down to 21. We can gain it by 18 for the next event, and we can just use a call out, and that'll be fine. And that's how we will start the next rivalry for Kenny Omega. Now, the next event, due to the fact that we don't obviously have a massive roster, and to keep rivalries going, I think we've got 2 weeks to get them to a level 4. Our opener is going to be Adam Page versus Bryan Danielson. 2 out of 4 right now. We need to get that to 4, so that should be a good match. Call out. Chris Jericho calls out Kenny Omega. Yes, Kenny Omega's getting a bit of a rest, but he's getting called out. Our mid-card match, Jade Cargill versus Ty Conti. We have Thunder Rosa running in, who has a rivalry right now with Jade Cargill. Ric Flair calling out Sting. Let's see if that rivalry gets boosted. And then in the main event, Jake the Snake versus Jeff Hardy, with Keith Lee doing the run-in. That's fantastic, because then next week we do Isaiah Scott against Keith Lee and have Jeff Hardy do the run-in. That makes sense, because that should be a good match against each other too. Okay, we don't have a tag match. We're just going to have to deal with it. So, Page versus Bryan Danielson. How does this play out? Adam Page is the winner. It's an amazing match, and the rivalry goes to level 3. It's an Extreme Rules match too. Making the use of the money that we have. Chris Jericho calls him out. It's a new rivalry. That is our WrestleMania right there. We're going to have to pad that out to WrestleMania. Jade Cargill versus Ty Conti. Thunder Rosa running in. Obviously, Ty Conti wins that because of the run-in. It's a mediocre match. We're fine with that. Ric Flair versus Sting, calling him out. Boom. Excellent rating. The rivalry grows to level 4. Fantastic stuff from Ric Flair. Jake the Snake versus Jeff Hardy. It's a bit of a mismatch, but Keith Lee is doing the run-in. Jake the Snake wins. It's a tables match. It's a mediocre match. They're going to cane me for doing that match, I think. But this is what we're coming up against for the next show. We can afford to have a poor show, I think, there. We actually almost won it, which is quite hilarious, because Raw had such a mismatch in the middle that it was so bad. Who do they have? Titus versus Joaquin Wilde. Fair enough. We deserve to win that, really. We gained 41,000 fans with 92,000 in the money. We've got Superstar Training. We don't really need that, to be fair. We don't have anybody doing that. 40,000. We actually gained more fans. Incredible. We're winning this so easily. We're in Charlotte, North Carolina, and that is home of Ric Flair. So he'll be there with his adoring fans tonight. That's great. Keith Lee, hey William, I don't know if you know this, but I love being in a certain match. TLC. Okay, Keith Lee. More than happy to do that. I had no idea you love this match, but you got it. I'll book you one within the next 2 weeks. That's amazing. We got to remember TLC match for the payoff of his rivalry with Jeff Hardy. that will be perfect. Of course, we're going to use the Veto Champ for this one, which means they should not have their champion for next week's show, which is the TLC show. Very smart thinking. CM Punk's popped back up on the free agents list, so I'm going to sign him again. We might as well. He's perfect in tables matches too, which we need to remember to do that. So, week 9, a week before we go into TLC, our opener is Keith Lee versus Isaiah Swerve Scott. We have the run-in by Jeff Hardy to keep that rivalry at level 4. We've got Bryan Danielson and Adam Page. This should take it to a level 4 going into the next pay-per-view, which would be fantastic. Thunder Rosa, Ty Conti versus Jade Cargill and Britt Baker. I could have gone for a singles match there. However, I might as well have gone for the tag match because it's not anywhere near level 4 yet for the payoff at the pay-per-view. Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho. It's only at level 1 right now. We're building that for WrestleMania, of course. And Ric Flair, CM Punk with Sting doing the run-in in the main event. Ric Flair wanted his match in Charlotte. He's going to get it, but he's going to get Sting running in on him. So this is what we're running at the Thunderdome again, because this is the best way of making a little bit of money is using the Thunderdome each time. So let's simulate this first match. Keith Lee versus Scott. Keith Lee is the winner because of the Jeff Hardy run-in. It's an okay match. It's not amazing. It's still at level 4, remember. Bryan Danielson calling out. Yes, there we go. Up to level 4. Calling out Adam Page. Fantastic stuff. We've got the tag match. I am slightly worried about this match, to be fair. It's not going to be the best match at all. It's an okay match. All right, okay. We got a new rivalry as well. Chris Jericho versus Kenny Omega. Calling out up to level 2. That's good. We'll just keep that ticking along. Ric Flair versus CM Punk. CM Punk possibly to win because of the run-in. He does. Oh, North Carolina's not going to be happy with that. It's a great match, though. It's a fantastic match. That's lovely stuff. We've got a main event to contend with what happened to not using the most popular... I suppose that would be Brock Lesnar. So yeah, they can't use Brock Lesnar, which is quite hilarious. Did we win? I felt like we should have won that, but we didn't. They had an amazing first match. How? Kyle O'Reilly. I'm telling you, that's how. Kyle O'Reilly. Damn, that's annoying. All right, fair enough. We gained 47,000, but 100 grand profit for the show. They gained 41,000. We're gaining more fans. It's because we're putting on more expensive shows. So that's probably the reason why. Probably because we have more popularity too. Despite us obviously starting off with this AEW roster, we have more popularity. Week number 10, it's time for some TLC. Kalisto wants to join us. However, Kalisto, you have not wrestled for AEW that I know of. I might have got that wrong, to be fair. But I don't want you. So, ever so sorry. It's a no from me. So, what a show we're running here. We got 3 level 4 rivalries ending at this pay-per-view, which is going to be great for us. The first is the opener, Keith Lee versus Jeff Hardy. Obviously, this one's been brewing for a long-ass time. TLC match as well, because if we remember rightly, according to our journal, Keith Lee wants a TLC match this week, which I'm all for. Call out, Thunder Rosa calling out Jade Cargill because Thunder Rosa is slightly injured and we've got to keep that rivalry going. Mid-card match, level 4, Adam Page, Bryan Danielson, TLC match. Let's get it on. Self-promo by Ty Conti. We have a mid-card match here. It's Omega and Jake the Snake versus Swerve Scott and CM Punk, but we have a run-in by Chris Jericho on Kenny Omega to try and keep that going and to stop it from doing a different rivalry, which we don't really want. Because ideally, I want to put Swerve Scott and Jeff Hardy together against Keith Lee and somebody else in a tag match going forward. Perfect scenario would be getting Big Show. But every single time we have checked, he's not there. Ric Flair versus Sting is the main event though. It's a TLC match, and after it's probably going to kill Sting because he's already on 29. Ric Flair's obviously struggling too. I didn't actually check to see whether he was definitely not there. Just want to check to see if there's nobody here. Who else has been? Nope, we're all good. Legends. Is Big Show in here? It would be perfect if he was, but yet again, he's not here. It's the first time I've gone through and got to week number 10 and I haven't seen the Big Show. It must be said, it's poor from you, WWE. So let's confirm this booking and simulate how we do, because I genuinely think this is a fantastic card, and this just goes to show how easy it is to beat hard mode now. Keith Lee, Jeff Hardy, one-on-one, TLC, Keith Lee wins. It should end the rivalry. Rivalry complete. It's a classic as well. Perfect. Calling out, that should boost the rivalry to a level 3. Lovely stuff. Adam Page, Bryan Danielson. In the mid-card, another rivalry should be ending here. The winner is Adam Page. It's an amazing match as well. Rivalry complete. Self-promo by Ty Conti. Fantastic work from you. She was good on the mic. It's true. Then, the tag match, including our champion, Kenny Omega. Swerve Scott and CM Punk got the win. It's an amazing match as well. Wow. And the rivalry got better. Amazing. That's great. Britt Baker doing a promo for charity. Excellent. Gains a lot of fans. Well done, Britt Baker. What a show this is going to be. Ric Flair versus Sting. This can't go wrong. Ric Flair wins. It's the end of the rivalry. It's another classic. I've just put on an absolute barn burner there at TLC. There's no way that they can beat this, because they can't use their champions either. Look, no championships. We didn't even use the championships, to be fair. We didn't need it. Look at that. 4.5, 4.4, 4.5. Perfect scenario for us. We've absolutely destroyed them here. This is one of the best showings you're going to see, and this is from an all AEW roster. 215,000. We actually lost money, which is the first time I've seen us lose money on a show, especially using the Thunderdome. They only gained 134 fans. 34,000 fans. They gained money on the show, but that's fine. We are far and wide smashing the hell out of them right now. It's almost too late, but we're going to bring in Cody Rhodes. I think we can change him too, because if we could change him and then still get into a 4 out of 4 rivalry for WrestleMania. He is a 5-star promo as well, so it's probably worth bringing him in for sure. Legends, the final chance to get Big Show. I can't believe we haven't been shown Big Show this whole time. Really can't believe it. One of you guys in the comments is going to tell me that somebody on this page or one of the pages I've shown has been in AEW and I didn't know about it. But I'm pretty sure they haven't. Okay, that's fine. We're just going to have to bear without. Now, in week 11, we're almost throwing things off. Ty Conti and Britt Baker are going to have a match against each other. It's specialist versus specialist. Hope they don't really start a new rivalry. It would be annoying if they did. We got Chris calling out Kenny. We're going to keep that rivalry up to a level 4 all the way up until WrestleMania. Kenny Omega is against Bryan Danielson here in a one-off match. That's good because we can put them together. Because they're in a rivalry, he won't start a new one. Keith Lee is doing a self-promo. He's going to brag about his win that he just had in his match against Jeff Hardy in a TLC. We're waiting for those wrestlers to rest so we can put them in a tag match. Main event is Thunder Rosa versus Jade Cargill. Fighter versus Bruiser. It's a tables match. It's a title match as well. Let's see how that goes. We're in a big stadium arena as well, so that's what I'm hoping still brings us the fans, is the fact that we're in a big arena instead of just a pokey little gym hall that we're going to find at a high school. Ty Conti, Britt Baker. Does it do well? No, it's a very disappointing match. I didn't expect it to do very well, to be fair. Right, that goes to level 4, so that's good. Mid-card match, Kenny versus Bryan Danielson. Bryan Danielson is the winner. Disappointing match again. Dear oh dear, this could be our worst week. Keith Lee, excellent promo. Then in the main event, Thunder Rosa versus Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill's the new champion in a classic. Wow, and the rivalry has grown. That's amazing. That is amazing. Alright, look at the main event. They're throwing it away. That is the worst main event. We should easily win that main event. How did that get a 3.5? It's a tables match, but honestly, how has that been a 3.5? I wish you could see their roster. I want to see how popular those guys are, because I very much doubt they are worthy of a 3.5 match. Thunder Rosa wants a rematch against Jade Cargill. We can do that for sure. The only trouble is we don't want the rivalry to go stale. So we don't want to be waiting around too long. Been putting in a lot of work, and I think I've earned a title shot. I should earn a shot at the title. Bryan Danielson. The trouble is, Kenny's our champion. So you can't really do that. Because that'll be heel versus heel. So we're going to say no. Protecting Kenny Omega. Yes, in fact. Do not put Chris in a match this week. We get to the moon. That's perfect. Okay, so that's good. We need to make sure Chris Jericho nowhere near. Now, what's absolutely mental is I've come back to the free agency to see if there's anybody around. And Triton, who they have been using as a giant, built up his popularity all the way up to 62, is a free agent. They just binned him off. Didn't want anything to do with it. Pretty incredible. So, week 12. This is what we're looking like. Keith Lee and Ric Flair tagging up against Swerve Scott and Jeff Hardy. Let's hope for a little tag team rivalry there that we can take over to WrestleMania. Chris Jericho calls out Kenny Omega. We're going to keep that going. In the mid-card, we have CM Punk and Bryan Danielson, fighter versus specialist. So let's see if that can start something. We've got Bryan Danielson to a popularity of 73. He's one of the highest rated, so we need to make sure we use that. Got a feeling Ric Flair is our highest at 77. Keith Lee there at 76. They're even higher than Kenny Omega, who's only a 62, and he's our champion. In the main event, though, Jay Cargill, 74 popularity, versus Tainara Conti. However, we got a run-in from Thunder Rosa. So this is the only match that I'm worried about. Ric Flair might pick up a bit of an injury, so let's hope he doesn't. Keith Lee and Ric Flair do win. It's a good match as well. It was only a normal match, which made it even better. I didn't even see whether that started rivalry or not. I missed that completely. Mid-card, CM Punk, Bryan Danielson. How was this done? The winner is Bryan Danielson. It's an okay match, and it's a new rivalry. Good. Jake the Snake and Sting calling out. That's good. That starts a new rivalry. Fantastic. And Jay Cargill versus Tainara Conti. Let's see how this one ends up. It's an Extreme Rules match. Ty Conti wins because of the run-in, and it's an amazing match too. Good stuff, girls. I like it. So this is what we got to contend with. Main event of Kyle O'Reilly and Brock Lesnar. Wouldn't be a bad match, really, would it? In all seriousness, that would be a decent match. We do win, though. We smashed them, especially in that main event. That main event was poor from you guys. Unlucky. We'll take that. We will take that. Apparently, Ty Conti's perfect for Extreme Rules matches. Good to know. Although we aren't really using her in anything. We've got the To the Moon, which is great. That's fantastic. I don't think we gained many fans there. We're still miles ahead, though, as we lead into WrestleMania. Okay, so week number 13. It's getting tricky now. It's harder now than what it was like at the start in the first few weeks. You've got Chris Jericho versus Keith Lee. Chris Jericho wanted a match. We're giving him a match against Keith Lee. We got Kenny Omega doing a run-in on Chris. Our call-out is going to be Bryan Danielson, CM Punk. Our other call-out is CM Punk on Bryan Danielson. I'm hoping that maybe that will double the amount of rivalries, because then we can get up to level 4 by the time. I've also given CM Punk the To the Moon card. So his popularity is 60 instead of how low it used to be. It is 60. It's gone up to 75, I think, after this event, or something like that anyway. Jake the Snake and Ric Flair coming up against Swerve Scott and Jeff Hardy. Mainly because we didn't really have any other options, but Sting's doing the run-in on Jake the Snake to keep that rivalry going. And Britt Baker, she asked for a match against Chris Statlander. She's getting one. So, there you go. Okay, let's simulate the opener then. Chris Jericho, Keith Lee. Keith Lee is the winner. A great match. Okay. CM Punk up to a level 3. That's good. An excellent promo. Mid-card match. This is the one that I'm worried about. I don't think it's going to do that well. It's mediocre. We'll take mediocre. Call out. Does it go up? It doesn't. That's annoying. So we only get it to level 3. We need to get it to level 4 before the pay-per-view. We should actually be okay with that. Britt Baker, Chris Statlander. They asked for this match. I've given it to them. It's a tables match. Britt Baker wins. It's a mediocre match. Well, you asked for that, and it was dreadful. Yeah, no surprises that Raw has won this week, which is fine. We only gained 2,600, which is embarrassing. But we do get a free special effects booking which we can use going forward, I guess, at WrestleMania. So, week 14, the week before WrestleMania, our opener is Bryan Danielson versus CM Punk. Let's take that rivalry to the next level in a tables match. Fantastic. Then we got a self-promo from the Nature Boy himself. Mid-card, we got Jade Cargill versus Tainara Conti, with Thunder Rosa doing a run-in. Cody Rhodes is doing a charity speech. He's got 5 out of 5 for promo. And Chris Jericho and Sting against Keith Lee and Jake the Snake, with Kenny Omega doing the run-in. What is quite funny, by the way, is if you took a look at our roster, by popularity, Keith Lee and Ric Flair are the 2 most popular. They're not even in a match or a rivalry. So I guess that's just how we're just going to have to go with this. We've got the free arena going for the... Do we have the free arena? No, I just used one card, but I can't remember what it was. But we should have something for free here. The advertisement. We've gone all out on the advertisement, and I think it should be... No, it isn't. It's special effects, Luke. Why are you so dumb? You can literally see it there. It's $0. Bryan Danielson, CM Punk, tables match, 1-on-1. Take this rivalry to the next level. It is an amazing... It didn't take it to the next level. That's worrying. So it's only going to be a level 3. That's annoying. +4 promo for Nature Boy. He loves a promo, doesn't he? Cargill versus Conti with a run-in from Thunder Rosa. Ty Conti with the win there. Lovely stuff. It's a good match as well. Cody Rhodes for charity. Excellent promo. Good stuff. Thank you very much, Cody Rhodes. That's all he has done for us, I think, so far. Jake the Snake and Keith Lee with the win. It's a great match too. That's very good indeed. Okay, let's simulate this show then. I think they're going to struggle to beat that. They have done. We've won. Lovely. We've actually done really well in that match. With that whole event. Okay. Let's see. Free advertising booking from that. What do they gain? Only 8,000. Oh, this is just too easy. They're there for the taking already. They're not going to beat us. Unless their WrestleMania is incredible, they are not going to beat us. And it is time for WrestleMania. Adam Pearce. William, I've been watching the Progress SmackDown this season. Personally, I can't understand why anybody would watch SmackDown over Raw. Have you seen the amount of fans that we're getting? Hilarious. Something's come up and Keith Lee cannot take part in your show this week. Hilarious because he's not in a rivalry. And Jade can't appear either. Oh, that sucks. That's a big payoff. She's our champion. Hey boss, been talking to Adam Page a lot lately. He had a great idea we should tag team. You do this is the very last event, right? Can I convince you to take a chance on us and book us in a tag match in the next few weeks? Sure. Whatever. Thanks for the match against Sting. Jake, you're welcome, buddy. Told you I'd get the win this time. You proved yourself to me. You renewed my contract. Glad I joined SmackDown. Oh, I'm just so good at this. Now, one of the little tips that I would give you for this, obviously we can't do it because none of these guys are AEW. However, if you get to WrestleMania and you have a little bit of money spare, which you should do if you are using the Thunderdome, sign these guys up as a talent, get them to either cut promos or fill in the matches which have higher popularity if you do not have enough rivalries. So, obviously, I would just sign The Rock. If you use him in a promo, use him against in a match against somebody, and it would just be a better show than using your jobbers. That's my little tip for you, because right now it would be perfect if we have that. Because right now we only have CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, which is a level 3. Our only level 4 we can actually complete is Chris Jericho, Kenny Omega, because we cannot use Jade Cargill, who is our champion. So we're going to have to do something a little different here. So let's go. I mean, we don't even have a lot of heels. In fact, we don't have any. We have to literally do Ric Flair versus... We could do Adam Page, to be fair. Let's do that. That's going to be our match there. Adam Page... Oh, actually, no. Let's do Jeff Hardy, because specialist, and then Jeff Hardy can just be a little bit nuts in a TLC match. We're going to have to do that. And the women's match, we can go with Ty Conti, because she is up there quite well in the specialist. And we're going to have to put her against Britt Baker. Just the simple fact that we do not have any other wrestlers available for us. The rest are just going to have to cut promos. So we've got Thunder Rosa. She can cut a promo. She's quite good at it. We've got... Who else that we have available? Cody Rhodes can cut a promo. We don't really need them to cut promos. We're just going to have to do, like, I guess, charity, because that gains us fans. Nah, bugger it. We'll do the self promo there. We can do charity for Swerve Scott. And finally, so this is what the perfect scenario is, getting the legends in to do that, because our card for WrestleMania is so underwhelming compared to what our card was at TLC. But I guess it's how you book it, the planning that goes all the way up to this point. But we should still be winning this, I would imagine, with our advantage so far going into the final week. So CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, how this is not a level 4, I will not know. That should be a level 4. It got an amazing match anyway, and it is rivalry complete, thank God. Thunder Rosa doing a good promo, excellent. She gained 6 for that, that's fantastic. Jake the Snake versus Sting. We only managed to get one rivalry, level 1 rivalry on this, so Jake the Snake wins that. It's a very good match. The rivalry grows to level 2. We won't ever see it. Cody Rhodes in a charity, that's all he's done. He's literally just done promos for us, which perfect because he has 5 promos, the reason why we signed him. Ric Flair, random match against Jeff Hardy. Not a bad match, to be fair. Look at that. New rivalry too. Charity, Swerve Scott. Excellent. Good. Thank you. Ty Conti versus Britt Baker. Extreme Rules match. I think Ty Conti was good at Extreme Rules, if I remember rightly. A good match again. Chris Statlander, excellent for the charity. This is really our only main match. Kenny Omega, Hell in a Cell against Chris Jericho. The rivalry that's been brewing for a very long time. Of course it had to be legendary. Just like it was at the Tokyo Dome. The winner is Kenny Omega. He's been champion for such a long time. This is what we got to compete against. Oh, this should be easy. Let's simulate. Bang. Oh, surely we win. Yes, look at that. No way did they stand a chance against us. We gained 286,000 fans there, and we made money from that main event. They gained 229,000, which means we absolutely obliterated them. Look at that. Over 200,000 more fans to SmackDown, and it was all done with an AEW only roster. Let me know what your thoughts. If you have any other challenges you'd like us to try and do here on the GM mode, please let us know down in the comments. I hope you enjoyed it anyway. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already and smash the like button. We'd really do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.